Installation. Let's play. Game over.
Hello, hello, hello! Welcome back. Yes, we are back. Today, as you can see, I will be playing MaSzyna again. Yeah, seems like those streams were quite popular, so I decided that, yeah, why not? Why not? If that's what people want to watch, then yes, we will have some more MaSzyna. So for today, I prepared a scenario. Well, basically, I selected a scenario because I'm not creating those. Not that good. But I selected a scenario that perhaps will be pretty interesting. Although it's not yet finished. So unfortunately, we won't see all that chatter that typically happens on the radio. That's not the case in that scenario because those voiceovers are not recorded yet, and the scenery and the whole map is still in like a beta test or something like that. Basically, everyone can download it, plug it into their game, and test various different scenarios that are attached to it, but yeah, those are mostly not finished. So hopefully this one we will be able to complete. I haven't tested it that far because it's nearly 3-hour long scenario. So we will have plenty of time to drive some trains today. Hello, hello, Argo. Yes, I almost forgot to say hello to everyone who showed up on chat. So yeah, Argo, hello, welcome. I hope you will have a great time. Railjet, yes, a viewer that comes back every single time. I'm really glad for that. Hainam, hello. Oh, I see you contracted COVID. I hope you will be alright really soon. It's not that bad. If you are a relatively young person, it shouldn't affect you that strongly. I had COVID myself at some point, and it wasn't that bad. But yeah, definitely that's a massive obstacle on your life for some time at least. But I hope you will feel alright really soon. And well, by contracting it now, technically you will grow some immunity to it. So I guess That's both good and bad. Bad because you won't feel good, but good because it will eventually get your body stronger. Right. So, without any further ado, I guess we shall switch into the game and drive some trains, shall we? Everyone is ready? I hope you do. Right, which button was it? Oh yeah, that's this one. There we go. That's much better. Now you can see the game in full screen. All those trains. Yeah. Okay. Alright, so here we are in our locomotive. I need timetable. That's all I will need. So basically, we need to fire up this locomotive first. So how do I do that? I need to set reverser, plug in the battery. Yeah, I can turn that off. I believe I need to press that button next and then start the engine. I think it's starting now. I can turn on the radio and set it to channel 3, although we won't hear any chatter, as I mentioned before. Okay, looks like that's working. Let me just turn on front right light. Now we need to jump to the rear cabin. But since we are operating 2 locomotives, it's pretty far away. And I need front left light here. And I think that's everything I need. Yeah, for now that's everything I need in this cabin. Let's get back to this one. Let's set my camera. I really hate that the game does that. Every single time you jump between cabins, your camera will also change its position. And that's not really good. Let's charge the brakes. Perfect. Now we should be good to go. But before we do that, we need to set some switches. So let's jump out. And we need to throw this one. Perfect. I will need to throw this one. I think this one is the next one. Perfect. And this one. Okay, I should be good to go. Do I? Yeah, I guess I am. I think I'm ready, chat. Okay, let me just set up the camera. It's really annoying to set up. This thing. Okay, perfect. Patrick Cremona, you can find this game under the link that should be in the description of this video on YouTube. If you are watching me on Twitch, and from what I can see you're not, then I think you will need to navigate to YouTube, I'm afraid. Yeah, I didn't put any links on Twitch, but definitely there should be one in the description of the video on YouTube. And if it's not there, I'll try and post it as soon as I can. But first, let's get to our siding, because we are getting late. There we go. We are now rolling. So, our task is to maneuver all the way to appropriate siding, where there should be a train with a special cargo for us that will arrive really soon. We need to pick that up and deliver it to the right location. Pretty simple task, isn't it? Yikes! That's not good. You lost your voice. That's a new symptom. I remember having a funny taste, or rather not being able to taste anything. Pretty much, yeah, the funny thing, you could eat something that you would never eat, and it would be just tasteless. At least that's how it worked for me. Okay, we will have to briefly stop at this signal. Okay, that should be close enough. Let's release the brakes. I hope we are close enough. If you ever played MaSzyna, you will know that, yeah, sometimes things don't trigger correctly. But yeah, I think I'm close enough to that signal. There we go. We can carry on. I'm still not entirely happy about this camera. Perhaps if I would do it that way, maybe. Oh, there we go. That should be a little bit better. Perfect. So far we are doing good. Everything seems to work. I hope the game is loud enough. I got slightly different sound settings than you guys will hear. So if something is way too silent, just let me know. I will try to adjust it as much as I can, obviously. There we go, we are rolling in. Oops, that was bad. Yeah, sadly this locomotive doesn't have any alerter indicator inside, so I have to rely on my keyboard, which is not super convenient to actually look on my keyboard all the time to see if alerter is about to go on, or listen to the sound. If I will miss that sound, then obviously the train will be brought to a stop. Yes, now I got internet that is good enough for streaming, which I'm really glad for my landlords to actually upgrade it. Because, yeah, the contract is not on my name, so I had no influence over internet speed, but eventually my landlord decided, yep, he's gonna upgrade that. Perhaps he got a bit angry because, yeah, when he was trying to use it, and I've been, let's say, watching Netflix or doing anything else, like, it was really hard to use internet or open email. That's how slow it was. Okay, we are rolling in. Few more junctions and we should be at our destination. Sadly, because of the maneuvering speed being 25 kilometers per hour, I can't really go any faster. There we go, that's where the catenary starts. It doesn't really affect us because we are driving diesel engine. Oh well, it wasn't that bad, but it was pretty bad. Fabian Grive, hello, welcome to the stream. I hope you will have a great time today. Oh, there we go. I can already see the train that we are going to take with us. Which is very, very good. We are slightly late. It shouldn't really affect us that much. Our departure is set at 11:17 and it's pretty much 11 o'clock, so we still got 17 minutes to connect to this consist, get everything ready and get on the road. Perfect. So as you can see, we will deliver some tanks. Yes, that's pretty much the consist we will take with us. So we got some, I'm not sure what model of the tank that it's supposed to be. I'm terrible at recognizing tanks, so. We got 2 passenger wagons, probably for tank crews and some soldiers. And then we got some armored troop carriers or whatever that is called. Couple of Humvees. And some strange looking container. Okay, this is gonna be interesting. Okay. Looks like I will have to wait on that signal for a minute or two. Whew. Okay, so that's the first part of the journey. I got onto the right siding. Now we need to wait for that locomotive on the other side to leave the siding, because you can't have 2 active trains on the same track, and then dispatcher should let us in. There we go. In the meantime, what I could do is... I hope I got the right combination. Yeah. Okay. Perfect. I can set up external camera. Okay, so as you can see, we will be driving 2 ST44s. That should be enough to pull all that weight. Yeah, that train will be like 2,000 tons. Oh my goodness me, Patrick Cremona. Welcome to the crew. Welcome to the crew. Thank you very much. Oh my goodness me. Yes, okay, we got another crew member. Welcome, welcome, and enjoy new emotes. A rank that will be displayed next to your name on chat. And a monthly update from channel's analytics. Okay, this camera should be alright. Oh, there we go. And again, things reset. I don't like this about MaSzyna. Yeah, that notification was a little bit too loud. I will have to adjust it. It also scared me. Chat, you really like to jump scare me, do you? Right, just a little bit longer. Let me check external camera once more. But this time slightly different one. Let's see what this locomotive is doing. Okay. It left the siding. Yeah, it's no longer here. Perfect. Let's jump back. We should get our signal really, really soon. There we go. Okay, we got 13 minutes to get ready. We should make it. That should be quite easy. Nice and slow. Perfect. Right, let's grab a sip of coffee. Hainam, no, no. I don't want any more malfunctioning equipment. Yeah, definitely, like, last month was enough of spendings for me, and yeah, I now couldn't afford the new AIO, so it better works. It better works. Because without it, yeah, I wouldn't be able to stream. I need this equipment to work, okay? Okay, we can let it coast. We just have to go past that signal to our left. That's fine, that's fine. Okay, let's release the brakes. Now, I need to switch the lights. So, this one has front right at the moment. So let's turn that off. And let's turn on front left. There we go. And now we have to jump to the other side. There we go. And once more, we need to set up the camera. Yeah, that should do. Now we need to turn off front left light and turn on front right light. There we go. Brake lever. And we should be good to go. Perfect, we are rolling. Nice and slow. We still got about 10 minutes. There we go. Beautiful. Michał Wiśniewski, hello, welcome to the stream. I hope you will have a great time today. How are you doing? It's been a while since I've seen you, and yeah, it's been a while since I streamed last time, so I don't blame you. There we go. Let's let it coast. We should have enough speed to... Fair enough, fair enough. Is that another symptom for you? Oh, there we go. Yeah, it's been crazy week. Maybe not horrible, at least not for me, but yeah, the news weren't great. Okay, just a tiny bit of brakes. Fair enough. If you feel relaxed watching my streams, then I guess that's good. That's good. Yeah, like being so close to the war zone is definitely not a good thing. Yeah, let's avoid talking about politics. That's not the main topic of this channel, but yeah. I'm also observing what's going on with this, and I'm not particularly happy about the news. Right, I can turn off the light right now, and we can jump out. And we need to connect this bad boy. Oops. Yeah. Right, what was the button? That is the button. Okay, and one more. And I think third time. Perfect. Okay, the brakes are now releasing. We can get back to the cabin. Nah, hopefully I won't derail today. Okay, let's get back to this cabin. And now, what I have to do is to release the brakes in that train. Okay, maybe let's set the camera a little bit lower. Perfect. Okay, I can turn on all the lights. Now we have to wait. It's pretty long consist, as you can see, 415 meters, 1741 tons. That's really heavy. So what we need to do now, because I've tested that already, I know that the trigger won't work from the position I'm standing at, so I will need to pull closer to the signal in front of me. But in order to do that, I need to release those brakes. And that might take a minute or two. So let's wait. Just a little bit longer. There we go, we got a coal train. That's going to go right next to us. Just a bit longer. Yeah, the brakes are not yet released. As you can see, that arrow is still going down. Just a tiny bit longer. Okay, I guess that's good. Come on. Okay, it feels like some of the brakes are still holding. Okay, but we are rolling. We are rolling. Very slowly though. There we go. Come on. Come on. I don't want to go too fast because yeah, I will have to stop at this signal for next 2 minutes at least. But I need to be close enough to trigger the event, otherwise it won't change. That's MaSzyna for you. Sometimes you need to do things that you wouldn't do in real life, because normally the driver would just wait where it was until the signal changes, but obviously, yeah. It's the game, it's trigger based, and sometimes you need to be in a perfect position for things to work. Yeah, definitely we won't be stopping too much unless there are signals that says otherwise. I need to deliver that to military base somewhere on the map. I'm not sure where that is, never been there. And then we need to do some small shunting, split the consist. I need to leave tanks on one siding and the rest on the other. Not sure which one is which, and that's the end of the scenario, I guess. I should have probably read about it beforehand. Come on, come on. Something is still holding my train. Oh, we are getting late. We are getting late. I need to be much, much closer. Okay, that should be close enough. Okay, please tell me this signal will change. Michał Wisniewski, yes, that is 2 ST44s. Because we are driving a tandem of those. There we go. Those are the engines. I do hope I am close enough. Yes, double header. Probably because we are pulling nearly 2,000 tons in the winter, which is not ideal. Okay. Just sit down properly and we can go. Slightly later than I expected. Ooh, that's a big strain on this locomotive. There we go. Notch 4. It might take a while to release those brakes. Okay, but thankfully we don't really need to worry about timetable too much. Obviously we want to be as much on time as we can, but if we are slightly late, it won't affect passengers, so they won't really complain that much. Tanks won't complain. Ammunition in that storage box probably also. Vice Brute, hello! Welcome to the stream. I hope you will have a great time today. How are you doing? Oh, there we go, alerta. Okay, we can now put some more juice. There we go. Perfect. We're moving, chat. We're moving. Although very slow. Yes, technically I can go full notches, because before this train will reach 60 kilometers per hour, I can guarantee you that we will enter that 80 zone. This consist is a little bit too heavy for the conditions to quickly operate those locomotives. But I can't go full notches all the way and right away because I will wheel slip, so I need to increase the throttle gradually. Yes, 2,000 tons and 2 engines in the middle of the winter, which is really bad for trains. There we go. We are now on full throttle, and as you can see, yeah, we are just barely hitting 40. Come on. I know you can do it. I don't know why, but I have a feeling that there might be some brakes that are on. I can't really jump to the other locomotive right now. But yeah, it feels like I'm having some brakes on. Let's see, what is that signal telling me? Oh, I don't like this signal. Oh, there we go. That's far better. Yeah, but on the other hand, you know, all that petrol? No, it's not petrol. It's diesel. Yeah, all that diesel fuel that you would use for 3 locomotives to pull it. So, yeah, railways usually operate at the very limits. So you put the bare minimum power that you need to do the job, because you don't want to spend more than you have to. And obviously more engines means more people to operate that, because normally it's not only one person operating the trains. So obviously in the simulators things are simplified. In real life, well, things are not simplified. There we go. We can let it coast for a while. Speed limit at the signal is 60. We are doing roughly around 55, which is good. We're getting there. We're getting there. There we go. That's a sharp junction. I'm surprised that it supports 60 kilometers per hour. Captain Michael, hello, welcome to the stream. I hope you will have a great time today. There we go. Radio goes to channel 6. Perfect. Okay, we can apply full throttle now. I'm doing great, thank you very much for asking. Oh, you are going to start your shift at EN71. Nice, nice. In what game? Are you also playing MaSzyna, or are you playing Train Driver 2? Yes, Calkowo version 2, which is in tests right now. There we go. We don't have any suicide drivers today. Yeah, perfect. Perfect. Oh, I see, I see. So do you have to download it separately? I don't remember seeing any updates to MaSzyna lately, so I'm not sure if it's in the pack, or do you have to find it on the forums and download it and plug it into one of the scenarios. I'm really terrible when it comes to modding MaSzyna, and you have to learn how to do it if you want to explore everything. Otherwise you are quite limited to the base pack. Oh, it's it's been here a while. Okay. Fair enough. I will have to check it out because, in all honesty, I've never driven EN57 or EN71 in MaSzyna. So I will have to do that at one point. Hi Nam, yes there is. Link should be in description of the video. Yes, you can always change the consist, but we'll see, yeah. Alright, we are doing 60 and the train... these two locomotives struggle a little bit more than I expected. I have a feeling something is not right. They shouldn't struggle that much. Oh, nice, nice. Well, sounds are like... MaSzyna has one of the best sounds I've ever seen in any train simulator. They really took a lot of care to get the sounds right. So that's one of the good things about MaSzyna. On top of that, yeah, they got their own like graphics engine and everything is built. Like entire software is pretty much built on their own engine, so it's not Unity or any other stuff. It's their own graphics engine, if I remember correctly. So they made the game from the real scratch, I'd say. Yeah, the fact that I can't hit 80 is a little bit worrying me. Something is not right. Oh, there we go. I'm finally gaining some speed. But it takes ages to speed up with this train. Rozany, I am 5 minutes behind the schedule. Oh, nice. I will check it out after stream ends. Right now I won't be messing up with Discord. But I will definitely check it out. Nuki Brut, hello! Welcome to the stream. I hope you will have a great time today. How are you doing? Oh, of course he can. It is really powerful locomotive. Old Soviet technology. There we go. We are doing 65. That feels like a light speed. Oh, there we go. Alerter. Yeah, the biggest problem I got with this locomotive is that there is no light indicator for alerter. I really would like to have such thing on the dashboard. Yes, it's almost 70 kilometers per hour. In 10 minutes I should reach 80 and probably then I will hit some speed limit and I will have to slow down. No, speaking of which, and that's 60. Okay, let it go. Let's give it a touch on the brakes. There we go. Oh, I might have overdone it. Alerter, okay, and then let's give it full speed. Yeah, I think I've overdone it now. Yes, it's been a while since I've streamed last time. I had some rough time for past 3-4 weeks. So right now I'm trying to re-establish my schedule, although there are some changes coming to it. Because I made some applications when it comes to slight change in my job, and it might affect my schedule as well. Because I might be working different days and times, so yeah, more changes coming, but everything will be announced on my Discord when I know something more. Oh nice, EN71 with VMAX 120, that's something new. I'm surprised it didn't fall apart. Hi Nam, yes I did. The problem is that, yeah, 11700K is not the best CPU to overclock. You can do that, yes, you can push it all the way to 5 GHz and keep it stable. But yeah, it draws a lot of power for no reason. Because it's quite powerful on its own. And I'm really happy about its performance in stock settings. But yeah, I'm fully aware that I could overclock it a little bit and give it that extra boost. Oh nice, 140. But have you tested it in real life or only in the game? Because what you can find in the game and what you can find in real life sometimes are two different things, obviously. Well, things are working for now, so I can stream. If something will happen, I will stop streaming for a while. Because yeah, I don't work on schedule. My streams are not my main source of income. I do it for fun, and if I make any money on the side, yeah, that's fine. Ouch! Yeah, I'm not going that way to overclock GPU on my graphics. Yeah, like oh no, I'm not touching overclocking 3080. I know I could push it really hard. Because like RTX 3000 series is really good for overclocking, and basically you can search for like Linus Tech Tips and JZ Susens and whatever. These guys were trying to overclock it to the limits, and they were quite successful at it. And you can get even better results than they had. But yeah, definitely you need a lot of preparations for this. Oh yeah, I heard rumors about 40 series, but let's face it, like people didn't manage to properly buy 30 series, and Nvidia wants to release 40 series for some reason, which is okay. Yeah, they want to make extra buck, and I don't blame them. But it's kind of pointless because nobody will be able to buy it, apart from influencers who will receive that for free for review purposes and stuff. And they might eventually buy one or two for testing. Obviously, they sometimes do it. But yeah, that's how it works. So I doubt I will be able to get my hands on 40 series. I will probably skip that one and wait for like 50 or 60. Oh yes, it's definitely gonna be good for like next at least 5 years. Yeah, and 10 series was like how old it is, like 8 years now. Okay, all these signals are cancelled, so that's good. Oops, I'm not sure what was the speed limit here. Oh, that was 90, is it? Yes, it sounds really powerful, isn't it? It has that perfectly balanced low tone, and I also like it. Like, it sounds really powerful, as it should. Okay, for some time I couldn't find any working signals. All these are cancelled. Okay, but it looks like we will have some nice and relaxing drive. Uh, 9900K. To be honest, no, it should be perfectly matched. I think 9 series or 9th gen was released pretty much at the same time as 10 series GPUs, so they were in like more or less perfect match. I got another rig somewhere in the house with 9700K. And currently I think it's running 3070 and they work perfectly fine with each other. Raliev, hello, welcome to the stream. I hope you'll have a great time today. What I'm driving a tandem of ST44s. I will try and show it as soon as I slow down a bit, because I'm not sure about the road ahead. There we go. Okay, that's gonna be the right combination. So those are two locomotives that are pulling all that military equipment for the army. Okay, enough of showcases. Let me just get back to the cabin. Obviously, standard struggle with the camera. I hope I said it right. Whew. There we go. Do they work together? Yes, I hope they do. Like it should happen automatically as soon as I connected them together, or as soon as they were connected together. They should work together. So both of them should contribute the power to pull that consist. Although I have a feeling that the second locomotive is struggling, because by now I should be easily hitting 80 kilometers per hour. And from what I can see... Oh, okay, I wasn't running full throttle, but... Yeah, I should still be able to reach 80. Nah, I can move, so the bottleneck is not too much. I will have to inspect it as soon as I stop, because, yeah, I don't really like it. Maybe one of the brakes on on the wagons is malfunctioning and it's not fully released. I don't know what's going on with it. There we go, we are now climbing uphill, so yeah, the train is slowing down quite significantly. Yeah, according to all, well, all the indicators, yeah, the brakes are off, everything seems to work fine. But it feels like this entire consist is a bit sluggish compared to my tests, which I've been running a few days prior. And I have a feeling that I had slightly more power, so there is some random element to the game, and things might go wrong, and I think something went wrong. Or maybe it's just me panicking a little bit. No, the handbrakes, well, when you start the game the handbrakes are off in both locomotives, so I never touched them in any of operations today, so they should be off. My goodness me, we still got a long way to go. But from what I can see... Oh! We got some long wait at Village. Oh, Village Polygon, yes. We will have to wait for about half an hour there. Oh, there we go. See you later, Hainam. Thank you very much for joining us today, and I hope you will have a good sleep. And as always, whatever part of the stream you will miss, you can always watch it later on YouTube, as it will be published in full not long after the stream ends. I don't know. I don't know why they didn't make it full circle. Like, it looks weird, but it works. But you might as well ask, why didn't they just make it so it looks like a proper lever with enough positions? Honestly, if there are any reasons for the gap, that would be just saving of material. Why would you close the circle if all you need is like ability to turn it? Okay, I don't like that. Let's let it coast. We are climbing uphill, so the train should slow down. Oh, never mind. Signals changed, right on time. Well, it definitely doesn't have any function. Obviously, most of the locomotives that you will find in MaSzyna, if they have any wheel in it, it's full wheel. But yeah, basically all you need to do is to be able to set it. How does it look like? It doesn't really matter. Yeah, I really have a feeling that we are missing some power. TEM 2 has the same wheel. Yeah, maybe that's the thing about Russian well, Russian, this was actually a Soviet design, isn't it? So maybe they just designed their locomotives with that, like a 2/3 of a wheel, while locomotives somewhat, well, designed, I would say, manufactured in Poland, because like EU07s and this kind of family of locomotives were basically designed in UK, but yeah, perhaps Soviets just decided to go their own way. Well, they always go their own way. So yeah, maybe that's how they did it all the time, and they just wanted to stay with it. They probably produced like a tons of these parts, and like it would be a waste to remanufacture everything if they already have equipment. Okay, so we are now passing through Orzechowo, is it? Yes, Orzechowo. Still 6th channel on the radio, although we won't hear any chatter, because this voiceover is not yet recorded and put into the scenario. Which is a bit sad. It makes the game a little bit too silent compared to other scenarios, but yeah, that's what you're gonna get on one of those unfinished maps. They offer quite a lot already, but yeah, since it's work in progress, they need to make all those fake radio chatters and like plug them in. Yeah, looks haunted. Like it feels like I'm playing Railworks Train Simulator or whatever. Like it's quite similar right now. Maybe, but remember, in real life you get completely different perspective. Like you can lean left, right, like you can move your head separately and you constantly move it, so you constantly can see what's beneath that steering wheel. Obviously your sitting position is also slightly different, so I don't know, maybe. There we go, cars are waiting. That's perfect. I know there are some places on some maps where drivers might decide to ignore the barriers. Oh, really? I never actually tried OMSI, so I will have to get to it at one point, but yeah, I don't know. Is that a bus simulator or no? I'm terrible about... No, OMSI was a rail simulator. What am I talking about? Oh my goodness me. Yeah, I will have to check it out at one point, but if I remember correctly, like downloading everything for OMSI was like massive pain, because you have to download literally every single thing separately. Oh no, it's a bus sim. Okay, yeah, so I remember correctly. I can't remember. I know there is one more rail simulator. I think it's called... Oh, it was Open Rails, yes, or something like that. It was based on very old Microsoft Train Simulator, if you remember that game. It was released in like 90s. So basically, yeah, there is that. There is tons of mods for them, or for it. The game will run smoothly because it was designed for like Pentium 3 or whatever. So I mean, Trains is completely different story. Trains is like a massive like paywall. That's what I don't like about it. You can download it without paying, but yeah, you will spend 3 years downloading a single map, and then it will get a single update, and you will have to re-download everything again. Yay, that's Trains for you. So if you are not paying, you're basically not able to download it because the speeds will be so slow that it's absolutely ridiculous. There we go. Okay, so we are approaching Gorki. Oh, I see. Yeah, so there is always cost to something, isn't it? Like, if you animate too many things on engine that doesn't really support that, yeah, you will encounter some, like, frame drops even on engine that looks like rubbish. And that's what's one of the problems with MaSzyna as well. Like, the engine doesn't look brand new. It definitely seen better times, although it's not too bad. But when map creator or scenario creator will put too much stuff on it, like even on my equipment I can see a frame drops, which is, you would say it's ridiculous because MaSzyna was around for like at least 15 years or 10 years, can't remember exactly. So it's not a new game. Okay, so now we are heading to Macierzewo. We are very late, but that's because I can't hit 80 kilometers per hour. OMC2 is from 2013, yeah, so that's quite a long time. 9 years. MaSzyna is from 2001, yeah, so 21 years. My goodness me. The time flies, isn't it? Yeah. And what's funny about it, people still like to play it. Like, 21 years for a single player game is a very long time. Like, that's, wow, that's yes, the simulator is really good. And it's constantly being in development, so basically people are still making new stuff for it, obviously at a slow pace, because people are working on it for free. They don't take any money for the game. But yeah, 21 years. Like, AAA products are not around for that long. You can get like multi-million-dollar production that will be around for like 3-4 years, and that's it. And the players are pretty much gone. And here we have MaSzyna, 21 years old, and people are still playing it, people are still streaming it, and people are still watching that. Gordon Freeman, hello, welcome to the stream. I hope you will have a great time today. But isn't it so that you can still turn on, like in the settings, I think you can still turn on old graphics engine and then you use shaders and stuff? Sorry about that, Nuki Brutes. Yeah, we will try to switch topics. Oh, okay, we are approaching 80 kilometers per hour. Captain Michael, I think when you start the launcher and go to graphics settings, there should be a setting to use like old shaders or stuff. There's plenty of options there, so you can mingle with them, and I think there was something like that. I know you can turn on some old options in the game, but I'm not sure if that relates to shaders or if that's only lights and stuff. Oh wow, chat, first time since we began this journey I managed to hit 80 kilometers per hour. Yeah, like, but I'm telling you, in UK, like, prices start to get ridiculous compared to salaries, because obviously for many years people were getting like just a minor pay raises. In some cases they didn't get any, and right now, like, let's say gas and electricity price is about to triple by the end of the year. So like, people won't be really happy about it. Like, there is high risk of people like becoming homeless because they can't afford things. Not to mention that there is no regulation about rents and stuff, so you might rent a flat and your rent might go like skyrocket up because inflation is high and stuff, so it's ridiculous. Hopefully recent changes and the fact that government is pretty much cutting rations of financing will get some more life into housing market and lower the prices, because yeah, probably there are some rich Russian investors that were actually investing in housing in here in UK to raise money, and obviously the government is trying to cut them off. So there will be some massive changes. Yeah, like, everything is getting super expensive and salaries are not following it, so that's a massive problem always. Like, when salaries are following more or less inflation, that's perfectly fine, because then employees don't feel that much of a strain when prices will go up. But when you got your salaries frozen for many years, then you are effectively taking pay cuts every year, and that's a problem. Yeah, sorry about that. I drifted a little bit too far with the politics. Anyway, let's focus on what we are doing, because yeah, I'm approaching Macierzewo and we will have to slow down. Speaking of slowing down, okay, track speed limit will go down to 100. Yeah, I guess at some point you can't avoid drifting slightly to those topics, because like, everyone is worried about it, so eventually people will drift to share how they feel about it and to just talk with someone and eventually every single conversation will eventually hit that topic at one point or another. But yeah, pretty much everything started to go like in downward spiral in 2019. As soon as the pandemic hit, like things started to go bad for everyone, literally everyone. Hopefully we will get out of this bad times trend, but yeah, it will definitely take some time before that will happen. Okay, let's slow down a tiny bit. I'm not sure what's the next signal. Oh, okay, I need to slow down to 30. Ooh, now is the difficult part. I'm moving really fast. And the train is really not slowing down as fast as I wanted to. Okay, okay. We are down to 30. Dominic Toretto, hello, welcome to the stream. I hope you will have a great time today. How are you doing? Okay, we can now give it some more juice to keep our speed. Yeah, that's the times. That's the times we live in, and there's not much you can do. Like, you can't change entire society yourself, so. Yeah, exactly. Like those heavy and long consists, especially, like, you got that massive lag with how the brakes works, so you really need to be careful with that. If you overdo it, you will stop accidentally, and if you do it too slow, you won't be able to stop at all or slow down on time. Okay, signal speed limit is 40, but we got through 30 speed limit, and I think that's the one in front. Oop. Yeah, that's one of the things I hate about MaSzyna. Like, mouse wheel is literally also setting regulator, and right now by accident I started to set it back and forth. Okay. There we go. Ooh, yeah, you can see that entire train is just rocking on this thing. Okay, so that was Macierzewo. Perfect, everyone is waiting. And the new speed limit is 60. Nuki Brute, no, I never did that. Like, who would hire me in the radio? Come on, I'm just a warehouse worker. I throw boxes here and there, and that's it. I'm pretty much useless with everything else, so. But I'm working on upskilling, okay? Oh, mouse wheel is useful when you drive advertise. Yeah, I might give it a shot at one point. I think there are some scenarios with it. Nah, it's just my microphone settings. I'm really surprised that things work, to be honest. Okay, I think we are now alright to speed up. And in fact, it might be wise to do so. Because that's going to be uphill section, so we want to build some momentum. Oh, there is one with WMB10. Okay, I will have a look through the scenario list. Like, right now, since I put some extra maps in the game, I got so many scenarios that I really struggle to choose something for the stream, to be honest. I really like Calkowo, personally, because you got good mix of old and new signals, and you can see everything, although you are limited to diesel locomotives only, because there is not too much tracks that you can use as a electric locomotive, so there are no scenarios for them. On the other hand, like Wrzosy is also a good map. It's a very long route. You can really take train for a spin. But yeah, I haven't checked the Baltic, but I think it was very short route. So yeah, the scenarios feels like very short on them. Oh, it drives like a car. Fair enough. No, Nuki, I don't have a good voice for radio. Basically, if you look through my old videos, yeah, you will notice that my voice is in fact really, really bad. But throughout times I upgraded my microphone a little bit, so I don't sound like rubbish. I still do, but a little bit less. And like, most of the job right now is being done by the hardware instead of by me. Obviously, I also improved when it comes to talking and like general conversations, because that's natural thing that you will get after like nearly 3 years of content creating. You will eventually learn how to talk to the microphone, which is a specific skill. But yeah, I wouldn't say I'm good for a radio broadcast. Besides, I'm too boring. I'm too boring for myself, come on. Wrzosy is good, but it doesn't go all the way to Sandomierz or Rafineria. To be honest, I really did only one scenario at Wrzosy, so I didn't give it that much of a test. But it's really hard to choose a good map in MaSzyna, really. There are so many of them. Yeah, they do have like really good equipment. When it comes to radio stations, they will have like top-notch equipment. And they also got few people that will work on your voice eventually, so if you will sound like rubbish, then there will be someone to help you adjust all the volumes and stuff, because yeah, there are people that are more experienced than you. But it all comes down to like microphone settings and how you set up everything. But for the radio, you also need to be good at entertaining people, especially when you can't interact with them, which is hardest part. Because right now, when I'm streaming and you guys are chatting on like live chat, I can interact, answer your questions, and that pulls the conversation forward. And that's a good thing about streaming. It works slightly different when you are just talking about something and there's no one talking back, because then like it feels weird to just talk to the screen doing absolutely nothing, hearing no feedback in return. So yeah, it doesn't like feel natural to me. I'm not sure about Kaliska. Railjets, thank you very much for joining me today, and well, I hope to catch you next time. I mean, yes, you can technically host the calls and create your own programs, but I don't know, I probably wouldn't handle this kind of job, honestly. Yeah, Gordon, like many of the sceneries, like most of the sceneries that you will get in a standard pack when you just install MaSzyna are sceneries that were created like before 2017. Those are really old ones, but they were thoroughly tested. All the scenarios have like voiceovers and stuff. It's really well polished, but you can feel that it's dated, and those maps are not particularly too long. That's when MaSzyna was in like pinnacle of its development, and things are changing in those as well. Like they are constantly adjusting the main pack. Some things are getting in, some things are getting out. So yeah, every time you install the game, you pretty much get different things in the package. But same goes to Train Driver 2. They make changes every now and then. They put new sceneries in. They throw some old ones out, or send them back for upgrades. Same goes to rolling stock and consist. That will keep on changing. Like if old stuff doesn't meet requirements for like new technologies they want to use, then obviously they will try to throw it out or upgrade it. Yeah, definitely that would be something I could give a shot to, but again, like co-hosting a show is also like specific skill, because it requires cooperation between two people. We need to select the topics, stick to them, and we need to make it interesting. And I don't know. I was never good at chit-chatting, honestly. No, Nuki, no, that won't work. But speaking of co-hosting and stuff, I might be doing some cooperations with other streamers in the future. So yeah, you might see actually me streaming while somebody else is also making their own stream, and we have a chat or we play something together. So that's something that might happen. Right. Where am I now? Kościele. Okay. And the timetable speed limit is 70. Perfect. To be honest, when I was busy chatting with you guys and I was focusing mostly on the chat, I completely didn't pay attention to what my train is doing. It was just going forward. So right now I feel a little bit confused, because like I have a feeling that I missed something, and when I will watch the material after the stream has ended, like I will probably notice that I did something silly and I didn't even notice that. Captain Michael, yes, I will just do this one scenario, and after it's done, the stream will be done. It should take us about 3 hours to finish it. Anyway, we are almost at 2-hour mark, to be honest. Yeah, that's... Well, the good thing about train sims is that you can pretty much chat and... Like, you don't have to turn left or right. You pretty much can't. So, all you can do is to slow down, speed up, and watch the signs. Oh, speaking of signs, yeah. I can see that there is a speed limit. It is rough speed limit. Ooh, I might be going a bit too fast in here. Yikes. Ooh. Yikes. That was probably like 40. That's no good. Yeah, now I really need to pay attention to what's going on, because... See? Told you, chat. I probably... Oh. I have a feeling that I did derail. I have a feeling that something went wrong. Okay, the train is still on tracks. Is it? My goodness me, look at this kink. That's no good. That's no good. And I'm blocking the tracks. Right. Get back to the cabin. Right. We need to get this bad boy moving. Ooh. And this is an uphill section. Okay, everything is on tracks. See, chat, I told you. I'm not gonna pay attention for 5 minutes, and something is going to happen. Right, Gordon, not Freeman. What's the driving wheel for then? That's not, in fact, a driving wheel. That's a regulator, and basically you set your throttle by turning the wheel notch after notch. It has different power settings, and yeah, it pretty much acts as a throttle, but you can set it and keep it at that position, and it will work. Yeah, exactly. Like that's my luck. Everything that happens on uphill section. But I've heard that. Hello, welcome to the stream. I hope you will have a great time today. Right, no more failures, chat. Next time, yell at me when you see a speed limit sign. My goodness me, I almost derailed. In MaSzyna, come on, give me a break. Oh, that's another uphill, is it? I'm confused now. No, the trucks will go even. Right. We're getting there. Oh, okay, now we are going downhill, so I will let it coast. Yeah, I wonder what the speed limit was on that section. I couldn't see the sign, because I probably missed it. Oh, there's another speed limit. 50. Yeah, I think I can do that. You mean that hydrogen train or whatever that is called? To be honest, Captain Michael, but the whole idea is to drive without that help. I know I could turn on help and the game would tell me what is upcoming speed limit. But I'm trying to play without them, and if I miss something and mess up, then I messed up. That's the whole challenge. Right, coming back to the topic, Gordon, new PESA's invention. It looks interesting. I wonder how it's gonna work when it's actually like fully put into work, and how reliable that locomotive will be. Because right now, all you can say it's, well, it looks like really beefed up version of SM42. Definitely, that's how it looks like. It looks very modern. I'm not sure about this central cabin design with a long nose on both ends. Like, that will definitely reduce visibility. But again, the designation of this locomotive will be shunting, so it's not going to be running high speeds and stuff, in most cases at least. So we'll see, time will show. It looks definitely quite intriguing and interesting. And if it will work well in practice, then I'm sure it will be a good locomotive. Okay, we got 14 here. And we are going on to the siding. It's 12:25 and we are at Paszki Wielkie. And we are also good to go. SA121 and SA134. To be honest, I haven't heard about those. I'm not really following like new PESA's inventions that much. That signal looked like it remembered Brezhnev. Well, those are old signals, so that's a good thing about Calkowo. There is a lot of stations and posts with those old form signals, so we will see a lot of that on our way. There's definitely going to be a lot more of these signals right now. There we go. I think we can go back to 70 right now. Should be safe to do so. But looking at my timetable, I'm super late. Like, at this moment, I should technically be leaving Calkowo. And I'm nowhere near. Wait, how far I am from Calkowo? My goodness me, that sign really seen better times. We are about 6 kilometers off Calkowo, or from Calkowo. Zjavos, yes, I'm still making that delivery. So we got some tanks, we got some APCs, we got some jeeps, couple of soldiers, and probably a box of ammunition. No fuel this time. That's not sold in a pack, so you have to buy batteries yourself. Or in that case, petrol. There we go. Oh, we got downhill section. Gordon, not Freeman. Yeah, that is possible. Although, again, since this is a simulator, obviously you won't get a second person to sit with you in the locomotive. Later on, when simulators will finally get to that point, and when like real tracks in Poland will get to that point, obviously, when there will be routes supporting that ETC or whatever that system is called. When train is equipped with that, can't really remember the abbreviation of that system. It's like ETCMS, whatever. With that system, you don't need a second driver. So when there will be more routes equipped with that, basically, yeah, you can go above 130, and that's why you got this system. But obviously, most of the rolling stock in Poland is not equipped with that, not to mention infrastructure, because there are a couple of lines where this system is installed, and in most places it's not yet. And also, like, come on, there are maybe few trains that can go above 130 without falling apart. Like, most of the stuff I drive is EU07 that will fall apart above 120, and like all that old stuff, yeah. Yeah, so, but on the other hand, that's what I like about Polish railways. Like, it's not the most modern stuff, and I really hate those like high-speed trains and stuff. They have their own charm, obviously, and it's a natural way to go because people want to go faster to places. But I still like to drive the good old, like, a bit sluggish freight train. That's why I drive them so much. Like, I like that you are driving at reasonable speed, which is up to 120 kilometers per hour and stuff like that. You pull a massive weight over a tracks that are not perfect. Like, this creates a beauty. Oh. My goodness me. I didn't even bother to put on the brakes because the guy just drove through, but wow, that was scary. Yes, yes. Well, I would say EU07, not EP07, because EP07 is just one of the variants that was adjusted specifically for passenger use. And I would say EU07, definitely. Yeah, exactly. And you don't really drive those new trains. Like, if you think about it, it's all computer controlled, and all you do is press buttons, and you are there because, like, railways need someone to throw blame on. Literally. That's your entire function in all those modern trains. They put a driver in because he's officially in charge. But most of the job is being done by the computer, and you just sit there, look through the window, enjoy the ride, and eventually take a blame if something goes wrong. Or if you have to restart that good old Windows 98 operated system, because that's what sometimes is being put in all those old locomotives. Oh, back to 30 kilometers per hour. I might have overdone it with the brakes again. Well, Nuki Brute, I'm not complaining about Polish railways, but yeah, I'd rather complain about things that don't work on Polish railways. Because yes, passenger wagons will be well maintained because they want to sell tickets, and they wouldn't sell a ticket if you would have to enter a massive dirty barn every single time you want to travel. So definitely that's one thing that will be good about Polish railways. They really take care of the passengers. On top of that, they are ready to actually go long ways if you have a ticket and things go wrong on their side. So I've heard some stories about people getting a private taxi across entire Poland because they had a ticket and railways failed miserably. On top of that, like, some people had free meals and stuff. So yeah, like, definitely they will go long ways for the passenger, even though sometimes they don't even have to. But there are things about Polish railways that are not well, and that goes to infrastructure in many places, because it's not in private hands, it's in, like, nation's hands. So obviously it's like there is that company that maintains the tracks and the whole infrastructure, and since that's, like, funded from the public money, there is always some money leaking out of it, or there's not enough money to do everything, so that goes too slow. Obviously, since train travel in Poland can be popular at times and cannot at some time, like, people don't travel short distances on train in Poland. It's at least I don't remember people doing that, let's say, daily travel to work by train. Some people do that in some regions, but in most cases people look for a job very locally, so they don't have to spend a lot of money to travel by train. So again, like, since this lifestyle is at least when I used to live in Poland, wasn't that popular. Railways didn't really make money out of local commutes. Most of the money they made was from freight trains, obviously. And when it comes to passengers, the biggest income happens in the summer, where people were traveling for their vacation. Right, so we have to wait here at Calkowo. The question is, how long are we going to wait? I mean, around Warsaw, I can understand that, because Warsaw itself has like 4 train stations, or 5 train stations. But let's say... Oh, nice! That is the first radio message we could hear. I'm absolutely surprised right now. So there are some radio messages, but as you can see, they are pretty sparse. I mean, it's similar to UK. Like, if you are not from London, you hate London, literally. Because they get all the best stuff. They got best public transports. Everything works relatively well around London. But let's say in the further to the north, less thing works, or they work like rubbish. Like, public transport in my area is so unreliable that if employer hears that you have to rely on it, you probably won't get a job. If you don't have a car in the place where I live, then you won't get a job further away than like 5, maybe 10 miles away from your home, because that's where you can cycle. And then they will tell you, no, if you have to rely on buses, forget about it. You're not getting that job, because you will be always late. I mean, that's life for you, yeah, so... Yeah, exactly. Like, if you don't have a car here in UK, in many places, then basically you're literally cutting yourself out of most of the good jobs. And because obviously industrial areas will be outside of the town. And apparently, both towns and industries that are there don't really care about how you get to work, as long as you can get there on time. Like, literally, that's what they do here. In London, it goes a bit more natural, because there's a lot of commuters, and companies invest in buses, they invest in trains, metro and whatever, and there's so many transport links that you can travel across entire London and back and forth, and pretty much you don't need a car. And many people go around without a car, and they are perfectly fine. But yeah, here in Northwest, yeah, forget about it. Like, if you live in like Manchester city centre or Liverpool city centre, yeah, there is public transport there, and it's probably a little bit better than in the place where I live specifically. But where I live specifically, like, forget about using buses. If there is a bus running to your workplace, it's usually running at the times when all the companies like are not starting shifts, because everyone is trying to make things difficult for each other. Like, That's how I feel it is. You open a new job, you got perfect location right next to a bus stop, there are some buses running, and you set up shift start times so that people can't make it to work, because yeah, that's probably like local tradition, I guess. Yeah, I know that Manchester has trams, they got few stations around, so it's not that bad. Like big cities will have, I'd say maybe not perfect transport, but they will have acceptable public transport. So that's not absolutely terrible. It would be completely disastrous, I'd say. But yeah, smaller towns around, yeah, forget about good public transport. That's not going to happen. That's not going to happen. Yeah, exactly. Like, I know that, like, pretty much every single capital in Europe will have so good transport links that you can be making really a lot. You can be like high executive of a company and never even bother to get a driver's license because you just don't need it. I mean, to be fair, I'm not sure about Germany. I remember in Poland, I was living, well, you can call it a city, but it wasn't like a big city, 200,000 people, which is pretty much the same size as the town that I live in. But the transport, like public transport, was reliable enough so that I could look for a job around, and it wasn't a problem. I could always get to work without driver's license. Yeah, like, I don't know. Warsaw is too big. I mean, yeah, you can say it's very large, so eventually you will have well-developed public transport. I don't know. It's definitely a capital, so like it also represents something to people outside, because people will naturally come visit capital of or capital city of a specific like nation. So yeah, it sounds logical to have things that work, because when people visit you and see that, okay, it's your capital city and you got no public transport, you got everything that doesn't work, or come on, give me a break. Yeah, what kind of story that would tell about the country if even your capital is in complete despair? I mean, countryside where you have a village with 200 inhabitants and basically that goes down every year, then obviously you don't need that many buses. Come on, give me a break. Those people usually come around with having one single local store that is usually charging them a little bit more for products than they should. but they don't really feel like they need to visit town. You don't choose to live on a countryside if you want to live in a busy town. Yeah, exactly, but that's like a Polish capital, and things will work there. But you will go to a different area in Poland, and you will notice that not everywhere things work perfectly fine. Although, again, you will look at things differently as a tourist and differently as a person who actually lives in town for several months, years, and you have to make money, you have to find yourself a job, and that's where you start to see that things doesn't work. As a tourist, you don't really care if you have a bus link to every single place on the in the city. You just need to have access to leisure districts, and basically that's it. And those places usually have quite good connections. Yeah, that's called a natural discount, isn't it? Like, you go to local store in a village, and you can see the same products that if you would go to town you would pay like at least 20% less. At least in some cases you literally pay double for paying it at local store. Right, technically there should be 70 kilometers per hour speed limit, so why am I keeping my speed below 40? Oh yes, I know. There was a short-term speed limit, is it? And I completely forgot to speed up. Anyway, so the next station we will be going through is Lepieniec, and then we will get to Village Polygon. Okay, and that's when the fun will start. I will have to do some shunting in this area, but I have no clue what am I supposed to do. Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong, rural areas in Poland, if you look at it, people usually have a car in there. Like, they always have a car in those areas, so they still travel to like a local town or nearby town to do their proper shopping. And the local stores are mostly to buy things that you forgot to buy. Yeah? You went on your like a shopping trip to nearby town to do a proper shopping, and then you realize, oh yeah, I forgot to buy myself, let's say, a beer. Yeah, and you go to a local shop, and instead of paying low price in town center to buy 4 cans, you pay 20% more at your local store to buy the same cans you would buy because you forgot. Yeah, that's pretty much tax for memory. Yeah, exactly. And in many cases, like, I've seen people having like a bike in Poland, in rural areas, and they've never even bothered to get a license for it, because same as there's low presence of like services, there's also low presence of the police. There's probably one police officer patrolling this town once a day because nothing is happening there. Well, That is for your kids who can't drive a car and they need to get to school. If the nearby school is in nearby town, then that's why you have a bus. And also there are old people that need to travel to town from time to time and they are too old to have a driver's license and things like that. So yeah, you still have a bus, but it's not great. You literally see bus once a day or twice a day, somewhere in the morning and somewhere in the afternoon in some places. In other places where the village is closer to local town, you might see bus every hour because there are multiple lines crossing each other and they will naturally go through the village. So if the bus is going through there anyway, it will eventually stop. But it will stop only when you wave at it. If you don't wave at it, it will just go past the bus stop, even if you are there. Yeah, but on the other hand, Ziavos, it doesn't matter if it's a new, like, BMW or new Mercedes or whatever, or new Volvo or whatever, or if it's 10-year-old car. It has to work. That's what matters for those people. Like, they have to be able to get into the car and get to the nearby town to do their stuff. They don't have to race. They don't give a damn about it, and they are too busy in rural areas. You usually work at your own farm or in your own, like, workshop, whatever you are doing in that village, yeah. So you are too busy because you work pretty much 24/7. "20-year-old Seat painted by hand." Yeah, that's pretty much what you can see in the village. Yes, that's a fun thing about rural areas. They don't rush. They don't feel like it. You don't have tight schedule in there. I mean, yeah, like, pretty much your farm is your schedule, so if you have to do something today and it's raining, you have to do it. that's the hard part about it. But yeah, you are usually not in a rush. When you take a break, you go to local shop. They usually have a pub incorporated with it, so there is some outside seating area, and entire village gathers in there, even though the beer is so expensive. They just have a chat. That creates that community life. That's another good thing about villages. Like, they literally have a community life. Yeah. Right, I'm traveling very, very slow, but I'm approaching Polygon, and I'm not sure where that is. It should be somewhere close. Yeah, I mean, depends on how big your farm is and what you got on it. Obviously, if you just farm crops and stuff, yeah, then there is not much you can do up in the winter. So most of the jobs goes around taking care of your own house. So getting some firewood, because usually you don't have a central heating with gas and all the amenities and stuff. So you need to take care of that manually. But if you have any, like, animals and stuff, you need to take care of them, and that's all year round job. You can't just leave them for 3 months. That wouldn't work. Yeah, exactly. That's how it goes. It's a well, it turns your farm into a seasonal job. Right, I'm fairly sure I'm approaching my destination, but I don't know where it is. I've never been to that place. "31st kilometer." Yeah, I should probably start paying attention to what am I doing in the game, do I? Well, I still technically have some time. I should be very close. 31.4. Okay, so I went past it. Oh, shit. Did I pass the signal? No way. Whoops, I think I messed up. Well, I definitely messed up. Yikes, I guess I guess the military won't get their tanks. Wait. Where did I miss my signal? I can't remember going through red signal. These are all cancelled. Like, literally, I can't remember going through red light. That's all cancelled. Where is that signal that I could have missed? Like, the only place where I could miss that signal is somewhere in here. That was just passed through. Yes, we definitely have a big problem. Right. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. I didn't expect that. But literally every single signal on the way. This one's cancelled. These are cancelled. That's cancelled. That is cancelled. No, that's not a big case of nothing is happening. That's a big case of where the hell is the signal? I mean, radio stop didn't save me, literally. That train appeared from behind the corner and he had no chance to stop anyway. Like, I was technically supposed to get all the way to this station, I guess. Or maybe, I don't know. No, that's already Vilish. So that is too far, is it? Or is this? No, that's not the place. Yeah, I should have pressed radio stop first, but oh my goodness me. Right. Because technically that should be the track to the polygon. Is it? I think that's the way. Oh. Perhaps it would be wise to raise it. Yeah, technically that should be the track to the military base. I don't know. Like, I had a green signal and everything went fine, but I think that will be military base. Yeah. Exactly. That's the military base. Obviously, ignore the textures. That is work in progress. But if that's the military base, then I still had to go through these tracks in order to get the train in. But the question is, why there was a train right in front of me if I had a green signal and there are no other signals to tell me about it? Oh, that's a real flaw in design, isn't it? Or I missed something. I literally feel like I missed something. Because I was supposed to go through here. Right. And yeah, technically, since there are no other signals, then I was supposed to be sent to this track. I don't know anymore, chat. Honestly, like, this is a massive... this is a massive mess up, isn't it? That's gonna take a while to clean. Right, because that's already village, so that's a bit too far. Although technically, if there are no other signals, I should have been sent to one of those and then reverse back. Or do fly around and then take the train back to where it should be. Where's this truck going? No, that's some sort of a factory, is it? Yeah, that's a factory. My goodness me. Oh, this is a tragic end. I was really hoping to get through this scenario without any problems. Yeah, but look at this disaster. Right, let me find that signal that I might have missed. Did anyone go through the video by any chance to have a look if I missed a red signal? Because I have a feeling I didn't. All these are cancelled. So unless I missed a signal... Oh, this is bad. Like, that's a single track, and yeah, there's no way to go past that train. So... Luigi Rota, I can't reverse because I crashed my train. It went off tracks, so I won't be able to reverse. But I'm just trying to inspect the route to see where I could have messed up. Because, yeah, that's a single track section, so there is even no way to stop my train after I was sent out. And I think, if I remember correctly, I had a green signal in on the last station. So one of the triggers didn't work, or that train. Yeah, I can't see anything that would actually act as a signal. I'm just flying along the tracks. And last thing I remember is the fact that we left this station. And I'm sure I haven't missed the signal. Because I've been sent on to the sidings, is it? Yeah, derailed and destroyed. Like, oh my goodness me. Yeah, this is a massive disaster. I'm so disappointed in myself. 2.5 hours just to end up with my radio stop. And yeah, pretty much the driver is dead. Oh. Nah, like literally if the train has crashed, then it crashed. That's it. That's it for me. Besides, I can't really change the switches here. Oh no, this is automatic. There is, but I think there were supposed to be signs, because technically... Can I? Well, you can switch every single one of them. Technically, I was supposed to go on this siding, but it wasn't preset for me. So that is that. Yeah, that would be this. But I'm not sure. Yeah, I probably wouldn't be able to fit my train here anyway. So my best bet would be to go through here, and that should have this junction. So even if I wanted to reverse, my train is a little bit too long to fit on that siding. Oh, this is so bad. And oh, look at the state of these trucks, by the way. That would be a very, very slow reverse. So yeah, definitely I had to do something. The problem is I don't know where I was supposed to stop, because the scenario doesn't really tell you that. And there are no signals. As you can see, all these signals are disabled. Yeah, that's a massive clue for me as well. Oh, now this thing won't let me sleep, literally. I won't be able to sleep and like... Oh. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, technically, that train, that's the one that's crashed with me. He shouldn't have left the station. And that would make sense, because then I should be stopped at village. And there should be a radio chat message that allows me to just basically change my switches, reverse, and do the stuff. Like, how am I supposed to know where that place is? I mean, yeah, it is marked on the timetable. So 31.0, there we go. That's the place where I was supposed to be. And what then? No signals, nothing, no dispatcher, no radio message to say, hey, stop, we are going to get you reversed or whatever, or stop and reverse. Yeah. I'm not happy about this outcome. Definitely. I mean, there's never been a lights. That's the problem of this area, but this is a massive disaster. Oh, this is a massive disaster, chat. Anyway, so with that disastrous end, tells you that after arriving you have to change steering it on the other track. Very tragic story. Yes, this is a very tragic story. Yeah, but it doesn't really say how am I supposed to organize that if there is a train coming my way, you know? So I know that I had to change some switches manually. That's something I knew about. But even if you look at the track layout, where am I supposed to stop exactly if I was on the main track and there was a train coming my way? Ah, this is a massive disaster, I'm telling you. Anyway, chat, with that very tragic end, I guess we will call it a day. This cargo can't be delivered anymore, at least not by me. It will be collected by emergency services that will attend to this place and probably like clean up that mess because I made a terrible mess. Yeah, I should have tested that scenario fully. I didn't expect that there won't be any signal at the end to tell me, hey, you are supposed to stop here, now you can change the switches and do the job, because that's how railways would probably do it. So yeah, normally if there are no working signals in place like that, I would be sent all the way to village with that train, and then at village things will get arranged so that I can change the switches and reverse back, or there would be someone in that signal box to guide the trains and do things and make sure that there is no traffic when I'm here. As you can see, yeah, that was not the case. Well, before one of those semaphores, I'm sure, but the problem is you don't know which one because all of them are turned off, so I'm not sure which semaphore I was supposed to use. Like, you don't operate trains without signals, so there should be, well, if there's no possibility to put a person in, then the way around for this scenario would be to send me to next working signal and then put a description that after you get to that end signal, the scenario will still continue, but you have to do that, or that. Let's say, go here, change the switches, go back to your locomotive, then wait for the signal to reverse, and things would work perfectly fine. But with that, yeah, this is really dodgy, because one of the trains would derail eventually. Right, anyway, enough of that. Thank you very much for watching me today, and well, I hope you enjoyed the content that I managed to deliver. Sadly, the cargo wasn't delivered. But I'll be back with some more MaSzyna content, and hopefully the next scenario will work perfectly fine. I guess I will put beta tests aside for now, because yeah, things might end like that. If you like what you've seen, give the video a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe. And obviously, if you really enjoyed the content and you would like to support me a little bit more, you can become a crew member. Same as who was that? Oh my goodness me, my memory is absolutely hideous today. I should have. Same as Patrick did. Yes, Patrick decided to become a crew member. So yes, you can do same thing too by pressing that join button under the player if you are watching me on YouTube. If you are watching me on Twitch, then, well, if you want to do that, you have to navigate to YouTube, I'm afraid. Right, see you next time. Bye bye.